Bonafide Hustler here, and in this video I'm going to show you my best garage sale flips to eBay from 2023. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the inside of my Boddamn gym. If you're not following Boddamn the workout channel, you should go check it out. It is right here. So in this video we're going to actually check out the really good flips from garage sales. I've seen garage sales all year long, and these are the top 7. I believe I have a list here of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 technical items right here that we're going to be looking at, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, there are other things I sold on other avenues and this and that, but this is strictly eBay, and it was hard finding the best ones. There were a lot of great flips, but these 7 flips are pretty cool. So yeah, that's what the video is going to be all about. Couple things. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Bonafide Hustler. You can also get the free money making guide that'll teach you how to kind of do this stuff at thrift stores and garage sales. It's the first link down below. Go check it out. It's free. It's just a download, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, go get it. And oh yeah, a couple housekeeping things. My New Year's sale is going down right now. It'll end in about 2 days, maybe 3 days. It is the second link down below. Go check it out. I won't even tell you what the deal is, but it's an incredible price on all of the Bonafide Hustler guides. Go check it out, and if you watch this video after, 3 days or whatever, that link won't even work anymore. So go check out that special price. I think you'll really enjoy it. It'll take your hustling from here all the way up here. It's out of the screen. It's out of the screen. So all the way up there. That's what's gonna happen. Thrift stores, garage sales, that's what I do. You watch my channel, but these guides are geared to make you a lot of money. So go check it out. Super special deal that I will probably never do again. And yeah, as long as the link is there and it's working, that is the deal. Second link below. Okay, so let's get to the very first item, and that is, wow. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. This one made it on a reel as well. So this one made it on a video. I was at a garage sale in my neighborhood with my girlfriend. This was some of the early stages of me teaching her like what to find at garage sales. We were filming that day. I had a GoPro on. She bought a kind of flower sweater or whatever, which kind of, interestingly enough, sold a week ago in the booth for 44 bucks, or no, $39. So that $1 sweater that she pulled off the racks, and we were like, this is really cool. It's a woven sweater with a bunch of roses on it. Anyway, that thing sold for 39 bucks, but then I picked up these Land Cruiser hubcaps for $1, not even kidding, and I got these sold for $299 within about 2 weeks. So $299, $99, they sold on eBay, and then I shipped them off. They were extremely light. I padded them up really good, so that was cool. I think these were from early 90s, like Land Cruisers or something like that. But either way, they were black and they were like a little bit more rare. So yeah, I always take gambles on stuff like that, but that was a really good flip. It was the neighborhood right next to my neighborhood, and they were having neighborhood-wide garage sales. And yeah, so that was just one of the things. I mean, there's a ton of people there picking and tons of resellers there, and this thing just like super under the radar. It was under a table too, I remember that. And I just I think I found 3 at first, and I was like, man, if I find the 4th one, it's gonna be even better. Because now you really appeal to people when you have at least 2 or 4, right? Does it make sense? So yeah, I found all 4, that was pretty neat. Second, pretty cool one. I don't know if this made it on a video. I think it might have, but it happened before. It did make it on a video, but I never showed me actually getting it. And I never actually bought this item, because when I went up to the garage sale, I actually originally went up to a garage sale looking for a bike that was in the distance. So I walk up and I asked about the bike. The bike ends up having a dent on it, and I was like, nah, no thanks. But then I saw these pedals that were pretty cool. They were made by a company called Look. These are called Look Seiko pedals, but they had this really cool kind of America kind of theme to them. And by the way, the pictures that you're seeing right here, these are the actual pictures of the items, right? Sometimes I have to go to Google and find stuff because my phone's got a million pictures on it, but I found all the pictures of all the items that, you know, from the actual listing. So these are called Look Seiko pedals, but these were, I think, late 90s or maybe early 2000s, really special edition kind of pedals. They were free. All right, I asked him at the garage sale, I was like, how much for those pedals? And he goes, you know what, man, if you really want them, you can just have them. And they were in a plastic bag, kind of like what you usually find pedals like that you almost always in a plastic bag with some nuts and bolts. They sold for $170. I got them shipped overseas, so that was pretty cool. Not too bad. All right, so earlier in the year, I was at a garage sale on a Sunday, and I know I bought 3 things from that garage sale. I can't remember, I think one was a jacket, number 2 was like a pair of Vans, which I still wear today. And then the other thing for $20 that I bought, or was it $10? 20 bucks that I bought was this Descent ski suit, all right? And ski suits are really cool, right? We learn about those in Jackets to Bucks, that guide. But the ski suits in this kind of colorway, and very neon kind of colorways, they do sell for right around 150 to about 250. So this one right here, this Descent ski suit, sold for 200 bucks. So that's an incredible kind of turnaround, and loved it. That was like after probably a week of listing it, so it didn't last too long. All these things that I'm talking to you about today, they didn't last very long. So in my opinion, that's just way cooler of a flip when it just flips really fast and for a lot of money. So, okay, so that was the Descent ski suit. Mid-year, I sold this thing. It was a $10 pickup from a garage sale. I'm pretty sure this did not make it on a vlog because I can't remember even putting it on one, but I have put these kind of things on vlogs in the past. But this was a White Mountain ice cream maker. I bought it for $10 at a garage sale, and I ended up selling it to somebody actually in Texas, so that was great because shipping, you know, this box was really big. This one was a plug-in one, not the hand crank one, if I'm not mistaken. I've flipped a lot of these things. So yeah, I think this one was the plug-in one. So, and it had like the metal kind of thing where you put all the cream and everything like that, then you put the rock salt all around it and some ice or something like that. Either way, this thing was 10 bucks and it sold for $300 pretty quickly to someone in Texas. So that was a really good flip right there. Thank God it sold to someone in Texas because, like I said earlier, the box size was kind of big for this thing and I had to pad it up pretty good. And it was kind of wrecked inside too. It wasn't like totally mint or anything. This thing was kind of wrecked. So anyway, yeah, there's manual crank style White Mountain ice cream makers, and there's also the plug-in ones where they just start going. So I believe this was a plug-in one. So now this one. Earlier in the year, so this came from a garage sale that was technically in 2022, like the tail end of it was December 2022 where I found these, but then they sold in 2023. Does it make sense? So I count them as this year. That garage sale actually made over $1,000 on that garage sale. With, oh yeah, definitely, sold a cookie jar, sold a football, that was $5. I think I sold the football for like 500 bucks. That occurred in 2022. What occurred in 2023 was two other finds that I found at that garage sale, which kind of wasn't an estate sale. I mean, it's pretty much a garage sale. $10 each one of these. I had two of these, okay? So I'm gonna show you the picture of one of them. These were called Lights Trinovid binoculars. They're pocket binoculars. So that was really cool. Lights is basically, I think before Leica, it's Lights or Leets, however you say it. Leica, just about the same exact quality. These things were crystal clear, they were amazing. You know, I looked through them and everything like that. Focus ring worked, everything worked really fine. But they looked identical, but they were two different kind of like optical lengths. So the only way I knew that is by peeling back some of the rubber eyepiece things, and you can see like the model numbers and like the optical length and everything like that, and that matters because if I didn't know that, or if I didn't know to hunt for that kind of stuff, which I know how to hunt for that stuff, I would have got returns for sure. So anyway, one of them sold for $350, right? And then the other one, which was pretty much identical to it, sold for $299.99. I think it took about 2 to 3 weeks to sell each one of those things, right? And so that was really cool too. I mean, got like crazy returns for like these kind of stuff, but I had to make sure that I really padded those binoculars up because they were, you know, those are very, 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 they can be broken pretty quick. Yeah, I made sure to really pad them up. I didn't want any scratches, any kind of weird stuff on there. But I think those things were from like the early 80s, maybe from the late 70s already. They were pretty old, but yeah, I found them at a garage sale, 10 bucks a piece. First one sold for $350, the other one sold for $299.99. That brings me to our best flip of the year, all right? And this one made it on a reel. This one made it on a video, but very unsuspecting because when I picked it in the video, I didn't say, you know, a whole lot about it. But this is kind of like my style of reselling sometimes is I pick up things for dirt cheap and I gamble on them, right? I gamble on things all the time. And the Land Cruiser hubcaps, the very first thing we talked about here in this video, perfect example of how to gamble on items, right? Because dealing with cult following kind of brand, Toyota, I know those things were off-road kind of hubcaps. So at this point, I'm like, not really gambling. I already know I'm gonna make money on it, but it's a gamble in the sense that I don't know how much money I'm gonna make on it. So this watch that I picked up at a garage sale, and the last thing I'm gonna talk about today was $1. And I'm gambling on this thing. I pick up so much stuff at that garage sale. It actually makes it on the video, but for a split second, you can barely see the watch because I'm just like pulling things and putting them in piles. I'm showing the piles to the person, how much for all this, and I'm not excited about anything in the pile. I don't show excitement for anything in the pile, right? Pretty much at that garage sale, I was buying a lot of things that was gonna go into the antique booth. Belts, some shirts, things like that. And then this watch pulled up. It's a Zodiac watch. which is a very, very desirable diver's watch from I think the late 70s or something like that. This watch, because there was so much variance in selling prices of this thing, some sold for 500, some sold for 2,000. So what I did is, I believe I started an auction, if I'm not mistaken, for $299.99. And the watch, after 5 days, I think that was what the auction time frame that I picked, the watch shook out at $717 because the person that bought it was like, look, it's gonna have to go to like a watch store or a jeweler, and it's gonna have to undergo at least $1,000 to become a $2,500 or a $3,000 watch. Does that make sense? So there was a lot of like refurb that had to go on. So, and I totally understood it because this thing was kind of wrecked, honestly, but I think with how mechanical these watches were, and I think it's pretty much a kinetic watch if I'm not mistaken, so it just needs a lot of shaking and everything like that. Things, you know, set kind of in certain ways, and then the things just starts going. So yeah, $1 sold for $717. That's crazy. And I think I shipped that one off to Germany or Switzerland or something like that. So those were the biggest garage sale to eBay flips that I had done 2023, is still this year. What do you think of those flips? Those are really good flips in my mind, but let me know down below. Maybe you remember some of the videos where I picked these things up. Yeah, that's the video, pretty quick. I always wanted to make a kind of a recap 2023 one, and then I think on the next video you're gonna see things that I found at garage sales that sold on local avenues, and then you're gonna see things that I picked up at garage sales that sold on the antique booth. Because remember, there are a lot of home runs in each place where these items have landed, right? So today we just talked about garage sales to eBay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the second link for that special deal on those guides. You can learn all this stuff as well. And I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Take it easy. Goodbye.